Welcome back to Pittsburgh, Cole Holcomb, and welcome new inside linebackers coach, Scott McCurley. So, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they revised the deal on Cole Holcomb, inside linebacker, to allow him to stay in Pittsburgh for another season. And also, they signed a new inside linebackers coach in Scott McCurley to take over. But first, before I get more into them and their introduction and everything you need to know about it, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news and updates. Also, like this video. Now, let's get right back into it. So, let's start off with Cole Holcomb, because it's been a journey with him on the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was signed about almost 3 seasons ago in free agency to take over as a lead inside linebacker, to take over as the next best thing and the replacement, finally, for Ryan Shazier. He was supposed to be the coverage linebacker, he was supposed to be the run defender linebacker, the do-it-all guy. Basically what Patrick Queen was signed to do last season. That was Cole Holcomb's position. That's what he was meant to do. And he was doing a pretty good job, but then he tore everything in his knee. He tore it all when he got hit in the knee by his own teammates, and he was been out for like a year and a half now. And this is the final year of his contract after signing a 3-year contract worth like $8 million per year a few years back. And this season, he needed to revise his contract in order to stay with the team, because the Pittsburgh Steelers didn't want to pay 2 inside linebackers so much money, especially a guy in Cole Holcomb who hasn't played in basically 2 seasons, and they've been paying him while he was injured. So they didn't want to pay him for maybe being a backup or being the second inside linebacker. But they did agree to a revised contract. He took a $4 million pay cut in order to stay with the team. So the Pittsburgh Steelers and Cole Holcomb, they have agreed to terms, and he will be back, and he'll be back healthy. It was reported by Omar Khan in his press conference that more than likely in the playoffs, if the Steelers advanced, that Cole Holcomb would have returned off of the injury list and that he could have been playing. So if he could have returned in the postseason, you could expect him back during training camp and expect him back during all the offseason activities and for the start of the regular season, unless something else happens. So looking at Cole Holcomb, let's welcome him back. Let's look at him and what he's done in his career. Well, he's turning 29 years old in July. And in his time with the Steelers, before he got injured for basically half a season, he put up 54 tackles and a pair of forced fumbles in 8 games. And over his career, he's made 56 starts and recorded 442 tackles, 4.5 sacks, and 3 interceptions. So he's a player that can play. Hopefully this injury doesn't cause any setbacks in terms of his athleticism and what he's able to do on the football field, and he's able to get back to how he was playing before injury. Because if he is able to get back to how he was playing before injury, that pairing with Patrick Queen could be elite, an elite inside linebacker group. And you also have Peyton Wilson, and then hopefully you bring back Elandon Roberts as well. Then you would have one of the best inside linebacker groups in the entire NFL. So the Pittsburgh Steelers have always been struggling at inside linebacker in terms of depth, because it seems like guys always get injured. So hopefully this is another piece and injuries don't happen again, and they're able to actually have a good inside linebacker group. But like I said, Cole Holcomb was supposed to be the Patrick Queen before the Steelers signed Patrick Queen, but now they have both of them healthy. And like I said, Elandon Roberts is a big piece. He was signed the same offseason as Cole Holcomb. Right now, he is a free agent, but he does so many good things good on the football field in terms of being an elite tackler, an elite hit stick player, and he is supposed to be the pairing next to Cole Holcomb. So if they get both those guys back on this team, it can be a really good inside linebacker group. But we're going to have to wait and see on him. But Cole Holcomb, he's returned to the Pittsburgh Steelers for another season, and it's great to see him back on the football field very, very shortly. But this is an elite signing or a re-addition to the team, and it can pay dividends. So I'm glad the Steelers didn't cut him to save money, and they're able to get a deal done and worked out for both sides. Because you have to think about it. Cole Holcomb, he would go to a different team maybe, and he may be a depth piece, or he may be a backup because they're not used to him. He's coming off a long injury, but with the Pittsburgh Steelers, they're used to him. They've seen him train and get back in the facility, been there every day training, rehabbing, so they know what he's able to do, and they know how hard he's been working. So it just makes sense for both sides to redo the deal to get them both in a good marketplace. Anyway, let's move over to the second topic of this video. For the Pittsburgh Steelers, they had a kind of a hole at inside linebackers coach. And I didn't really talk about this when they made the signing. I talked about the defensive back coach that they signed, but they signed a new inside linebackers coach. So every edition, I'm going to go over it. And this is an edition I didn't go over yet, so his name is Scott McCurley, the team's new inside linebackers coach. McCurley, who is a Western Pennsylvania native, spent the last 5 seasons, 2020 to 2024, as a linebackers coach for the Dallas Cowboys, and a total of 18 years in the NFL, 15 in a coaching role. Last season, McCurley oversaw the Cowboys linebackers, who recorded 22 of the team's 52 sacks. So, McCurley is able to get the best out of his players. Just looking at some of the injuries caused and some of the shuffling the Cowboys had to do at the linebacker position in 2023, they had to do a lot, but the unit still responded. Second-year linebacker Damone Clark moved to middle linebacker, a new position, and led the team with a career-high 115 tackles, including 4 tackles for loss, and also Marquise Bell moved from safety to linebacker and finished second on the team with 103 tackles. So, the linebackers coach McCurley is able to get the best out of his players and help realign different players moving to the inside linebacker position and getting them well informed on what to do and the role that he needs them to play and getting them to play at a high level. So he's been in the NFL a very long time and he gets the best out of his players, and this just proves it right here. Also, looking at Micah Parsons since he's come in the league, he's been a player who's on a record pace and actually broke Reggie White's season record for 12 sacks in a season for his every year he's been in the league so far. So, looking at Parsons, he's been one of the best linebackers in the league for a long time now, and some of that is thanks to obviously McCurley as well. So you have to credit the coach sometimes, even though the player is great. So, the Cowboys defense, looking at their ranks in terms of what the inside linebackers do, they were ranked 3rd in rushing touchdowns allowed in 2022, with 9 and 9th in opponent negative rushing play percentage, 9.8%. And that was when they were really competing. So looking at basically what McCurley did when he first got into the NFL. He was with the Green Bay Packers, where he spent 13 seasons in multiple roles for them. He started off in coaching administration, 2006 to 2008, before spending 5 seasons as a defensive quality control coach from 2009 to 2013. McCurley was the team's assistant linebackers coach from 2014 to 2017, and in 2018 was a defensive assistant. So, the Packers defense, when he was there, recorded 44 sacks in 2018, tied for 8th in the NFL, and while Blake Martinez had a team high 147 tackles. So wherever he's been, he's always had high tackles for his inside linebackers and always had them in the right position. Looking at McCurley, some of his kind of past and his upcoming, he was born in Newcastle, PA, and attended Mohawk Area High School. Joined the University of Pittsburgh football team as a walk-on linebacker and went on to earn a scholarship after his redshirt season. He was a 4-year letter winner, 1999 to 2002, and graduated in 2003 with a bachelor's degree in movement science with a coaching minor. He spent 3 years as a graduate assistant at Pitt before breaking into the NFL ranks. So, looking at Scott McCurley, he's always been around football, whether that was in college or whether that was in the NFL. He's always been having a mind for football and wanting to be coaching. And now he gets the opportunity to be an inside linebackers coach. No more assistants, no more being under someone else. He's had his opportunity with the Cowboys to be the inside linebackers coach, and now another opportunity with the Pittsburgh Steelers to show what he can do. So he's always been around football, and he's from PA and things of that nature, so hopefully he could be a great fit in the Pittsburgh Steelers and get the best out of the inside linebackers. Like I said, the Steelers have been struggling at inside linebacker for quite a long time now. They're only now getting back into the groove of things, so hopefully he can continue that and take it to the next level. So, this is a new inside linebackers coach, and this was your update on Cole Holcomb being ready and revise his contract for the regular season and return to the team. So welcome back, Cole Holcomb, and welcome new inside linebackers coach Scott McCurley. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below on both of these kind of re-addition and addition to the team, and do you think they'll help this team? These are both additions to the inside linebackers group. So, the Pittsburgh Steelers, this is your update for today. And also, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn notifications for everything coverage for this whole offseason. Free agency is starting really soon, March 12th. And I'm covering every new edition, highlights, analysis, everything. And the draft is right around the corner as well. So stay tuned for everything, news and rumors. The Steelers have a lot of cap space, so it's going to be a fun offseason. But until the next video, I'll see you guys all later. I'm out. Peace.